Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. Um, and in response to the shooter in Buffalo who killed 10 people at a Tops grocery store, intending to go out killing Black people. That was his goal. He just wanted to go out and kill Black people. Yesterday, Jason Overstreet on Twitter tweeted that the Buffalo shooter was 11 years old when the orange motherfucker, that piece of shit toddler, came down the escalator at Trump Tower and called Mexicans rapists. The shooter was 13 years old when he heard fine people on both sides referring to the white supremacist rally in which a woman was killed by a white supremacist who ran her down in her car. She was protesting their torch-filled march, and she was murdered by one of the white supremacists, and Trump called those fine people on both sides. So he was 13 when he heard that, 13 when he saw Trump institute his Muslim ban, 14 when Trump said blacks are from shithole countries. So, it's these same straight white knuckle draggers that talk about grooming their children. What is that other than grooming children into being white supremacists? That is why everything's important, why it's important how we vote, why it's important what public figures say, why it's important what rhetoric exists in the public sphere, why it's important how the Supreme Court hands down decisions that affect individual lives. It's so disgusting to me, the hypocrisy that comes out of these motherfuckers. And, now they're all talking about, white replacement theory. Why we have to have a new buzzword phrase every 6 months with them is beyond me. But so white replacement theory. And it's the same people that are scared about white replacement theory that, if white people become the minority, which I think we already are, that, they're afraid that as a minority, they will get treated the way what they consider a minority should be treated or is treated or has been treated, which in a way is acknowledging that there is a difference in treatment between, of minorities. They're sort of acknowledging that, but they're also telling on themselves that they want to be able to perpetuate it, but only if they're the ones doing the oppressing of the minorities. It's such cyclical bullshit. And I don't understand how people can't, well, I do, because we don't teach, rational thinking, or real cognitive abilities in school anymore. We can't even teach them the truth about our own fucking history. How can we possibly teach them to think for themselves? But that's all, again, part of the whole Republican agenda. Don't let them think for themselves. Let them think what we tell them so that we can stay in power and keep everybody oppressed. It's working, because we're at a tough time in this country before we're going to be able to get out from under the stronghold that these maggots have over everything. The narrative, the government. They're a minority of the people, by the way, probably a third of the country, but they seem to be, everybody seems to be afraid of upsetting them. Well, I don't give a shit if they're upset. Fuck them. And you know what? Take away their goddamn guns.